We start part two with starting with number 8, Jeffery Simmons, man. Jeffery Simmons, special talent, has so much going for him. Has a like a huge contract, well deserved too. He is a staple of Tennessee Titans defense. He has been a D tackle. He has been a D end. He's just been a D lineman in general, and he kills it all the time. Strong man, strong dude. Can't bring him down. Um, just full power every time he's rushing to the QB, and but he makes it look easy. He makes it look smooth, and I mean he's just got that dog in him, man. He wants to play football and he wants to kill you. He wants to talk his shit. He wants to do what he's got to do. He's gonna make sure that you know about it. So I like Jeffrey Simmons a lot. Unfortunately, no videos have been pulled up about him, which is weird. So I have this mic'd up against the Giants. Might as well give you something rather than nothing. And I do not want an old tape. So let's look at that, huh? Jeffrey Simmons, 26 years old, 4 years in the league. 5 years, $104.75 million left on his deal. Crazy. 15 games he played and started. 7 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, 7.5 sacks, 54 tackles, 9 tackles for loss with 14 QB hits. He's a second team All Pro and a Pro Bowler. Why is he so low? The pass rush, the DNs on this list are insane, and some of them have done this for a long time, and they deserve a little bit more of a higher bump in the list. But that doesn't deter his rating in terms of what I think about him. I think he definitely could be top 5 D end. He's super valuable to this team. Without him, then Tennessee has no defense, and that's really he's the most reliable piece right there in their puzzle, man. On the defensive side of the ball, so they need a Jeffrey Simmons impact player, franchise player. I do want to see him go somewhere else where they can use him in more packages and more, and he can actually contend because Tennessee is not going to contend and they're going to rebuild. And Jeffrey Simmons, as much as Tennessee wants to have him there, he doesn't deserve to be there on a team that's not contending and not really pushing to do more. So, but overall, Jeffrey Simmons, he is number 8 now. He can definitely jump up. I'm excited to see him this season, and everything in time will tell. So, overall, though, he did make the top 10. Just a lot of good DNs out here. Number 7, we got a vet. We got a veteran of the Pittsburgh Steelers. A guy that continues to be an impactful player. When TJ Watt is out, we all know what we got out there. Not me, what they got, what Pittsburgh's got. When I say what they got, and I mean overall, stout player for so long. Great run stopper, great at rushing the passer, but great run stopper, man. Elite run stopper. Everything, every play he's involved, whether it's if he's not having it on his stat line or not, he's got intangibles that you just can't coach. He's just the ability to just read what's going on, man. He's got an IQ of a thousand plus, man. He's a smart football player, smart player, and a Pittsburgh Steeler legend. He will be in the Hall of Fame for Pittsburgh for sure. He just makes up pretty much this historic franchise's defensive line history, and he's one of those guys that just will not stop, will not quit. I mean, I am a Ravens fan. I hate Pittsburgh, but I mean, I'm excited to see what he does just because of his age. He's still killing it, so that's admirable. I want to see what he's going to do out there. Um, he is 34 years old, 12 years in the league, 2 years, $31.85 million left on his deal. 17 games played and started, 4 touchdowns. Or, excuse me, 4 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 10.5 sacks, 74 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, 23 QB hits, Pro Bowler. My opinion, he could have been an All-Pro, but it's a tough list, man. There's a lot of players to choose from. Cam Heyward, though, is one of those underrated players that he just brings his lunch pail and goes to work. So overall, whether you hate the Steelers or not, you gotta respect Cam Heyward and his ability to ball out for all these years, and he deserves it. He deserves to be on this countdown, He just has a little bit more of an edge with Jeffery Simmons just because of the fact that he's done this for a while. So overall, though, Cam Heyward, crazy, crazy good player, and I hope he continues his success and he can still be in the top 10. Number 6, Aidan Hutchinson, one of the most electrifying young players in the league. One of those guys that he was a high draft pick, and Detroit believed in him. They made a great pick. They made a great pick with Aidan. First of all, that game against the Chiefs, I mean, their defense is pretty nasty, man. Like, it is a lot better than last year. Watch out for Detroit in general as a team. I think they can definitely win the division, but also I think they can actually win a playoff game or two. To be honest, I really do believe this growth of this team is tremendous, and I'm excited to actually see Detroit Lions actually being entertaining again. I haven't seen them be entertaining since Megatron and Matt Stafford. So overall, seeing them actually be electrifying on both sides of the ball, that's awesome. But Aidan Hutchinson, he's super young, still on his rookie deal. He's gonna get paid the big bucks. I mean Nick Bosa money, just because of the way he's been in this league as a superstar at such a young age, and he is incredibly athletic for a D end, and I think that's kind of the new generation of D ends is an Aidan Hutchinson. So one of the most entertaining players to watch. Aidan Hutchinson is 23 years old, 1 year in the league, 3 years, $11.85 million in his rookie deal. 17 games played and started, 3 interceptions for 25 yards, 3 pass deflections, 2 fumble recoveries, 9.5 sacks, 52 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, 15 QB hits, and he was second in Defensive Rookie of the Year with Sauce Gardner and honestly Tariq Woolen. Um, Definitely would have made a case to probably win that as well. And we'll get with him later. But Aidan Hutchinson is a young superstar. He's already a superstar. He's already number 6 on this list. He's only going to get higher. And I do believe he'll be the best defensive end in the league eventually. I think he'll definitely be fighting for that spot with Crosby and definitely with Micah, depending on what they're doing with Micah Parsons, right? And obviously with Nick Bosa. So overall, Aidan Hutchinson, entertaining player, and I can't wait to see what he does this year. Number 5, we got Myles Garrett. First of all, yeah, he was drafted really high as well. A lot of people kind of thought maybe it was an overhype. And maybe it could still be. I mean, he's still super young. We got to see the play out of his career. But as of right now, the hype is real. He is a force to be reckoned with. He is an amazing pass rusher. Just honestly built like a transformer, and he's scary, dude. He's a scary fucking defensive end. Overall, I believe that the ability, the ceiling's high with him. I think he could definitely be the top 3 defensive end in the league as well. Like I said, this talent is amazing out here with the new DNs of this generation. It's been amazing to see this. It's great for the game. Myles Garrett is super young. I think he could terrorize a lot of the AFC North, which I'm sad to say that, but it's true. He is 27 years old, 6 years in the league, 4 years, $82.24 million left, 224 or 2024 potential out, with a $36.11 million dead cap for Cleveland. So I don't know. He played 16 games, started 15, 4 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles, 16 sacks, 60 tackles, 18 tackles for loss, 26 QB hits. He was fifth in Defensive Player of the Year. He was a second team All Pro and a Pro Bowler. Again, super young guy, a lot of ability, a lot of potential, and he's just going to keep on grinding and keep on rising. And I do believe he can be one of the top DNs. I mean, he's already top 5, but he can go and be top 3 depending on everything, on what happens, right? But he's got a lot of potential. He's going to be very fun to watch again this year, and we'll see what happens with him. Number 4, we got one of the best defensive ends of all time, one of the best defensive players of all time, and yeah, I mean, feel good story. Getting drafted, saying he was undersized, D tackle, killed it, just destroyed people, man. Just from his rookie season to now, he has been a stout on defense. He's been a leader, and he's been unstoppable. I mean, there's three people that are going to need to take him down. Myles Garrett's a transformer. Aaron Donald is just an invincible Superman. He is just for his height, um, like a mini powerhouse hamster, because he keeps on going, man. He keeps on working. He's an Energizer bunny, and he proves it every single year about how great of a player he really is. Unfortunately, injuries did derail him this year, and it was a Super Bowl hangover, right? But overall, Aaron Donald was still Aaron Donald. He still is Aaron Donald. So regardless, when he's healthy, and we all know he's going to get 10 plus sacks in a year, he's still going to dominate. He's still going to need three linemen to block him for him not get through to them to get to the QB. So overall, special talent, Hall of Famer, first ballot, and I mean, it's great to see greatness. He's a great player, and we're seeing greatness. We're definitely gonna lose a player when he retires. So, a great player at that. So overall, Aaron Donald is 32 years old, 9 years in the league, 2 years, $63.5 million left on his deal. 11 games played and started, 2 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, 5 sacks, 49 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, 11 QB hits, Pro Bowl. Again, he wasn't Defensive Player of the Year like he has been for most of his time in the league and all pros, but that's injuries. I think with him being healthy, without him being injured, he's up there. So he's still up there because of his name, but also the fact that injuries derailed him. But he's still a fantastic player, and he would be on this list regardless. He would even probably be a case for number one again next year if he stays healthy. Number three, Maxx Crosby. Honestly, one of my favorite players in the league. One of my favorite defensive ends in the league. And he's a Raider. I'm not a Raider fan, but I got friends that are Raiders. My partner's a Raider fan, so it's nice to see Raiders having some type of impact on lists like this. And they've had some impact, wide receiver, running back, now D end. Maxx Crosby is underrated, man. Another feel good story um, of his alcoholism, his drug use, and becoming one of the best pass rushers in the game. Great sack artist, fluid, smooth, bendy, just finesse moves, swim moves. Like, he is the total package. He's great. He is what brings Raider football into excitement is because of him. His defensive play, and it's lacking out there with defensive stars. He is a superstar. So overall, having him on the team is a plus, a huge plus. Maxx Crosby is 26 years old, 4 years in the league, 4 years, $81.14 million. Has a 2025 potential out with a 10.22 dead cap for the Raiders. 17 games played and started, 4 pass deflections, 3 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, 12.5 sacks, 89 tackles, 22 tackles for loss, which led the league, 36 QB hits, 6th in Defensive Player of the Year, Pro Bowler. Should be an All Pro, at least second team or something. Um, yeah, he's getting disrespected, in my opinion. He's very, very disrespected for superstar, and you got to watch out for him. I think he's going to lead the league in sacks this year. I do believe that, and I think he has the ability to win Defensive Player of the Year, whether this year or next year, but it will happen. I do believe in his potential, his talent, his uprising, and I'm so excited to see a guy that's drafted so low, and a lot of things happen in his life, but he overcame that and became one of the best pass rushers in the game. So it's hard. I wanted to put him at two, but there's just a lot of talent out there for me to put him at two right now. The next two guys are just amazing and in their own planet. So, but Maxx Crosby is in his own planet. He's getting there. He can be number one easily next year. Micah Parsons, man. First of all, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, he's outside linebacker. He played outside linebacker. They really put him everywhere, right? So it was kind of hard to figure out where I'm going to put him. I put him at DN because he's listed as DN. The depth chart says he is a DN, and he plays like a DN. I mean, he's outside linebacker at times, but he's more of a DN, man. He's more right there on the line, and he's ready to go, man. And he's amazing generational talent. I do believe he will be a sack leader. I do believe he'll be an All Pro. I believe he'll be a decade team and an All Decade team member. And I see Hall of Fame in him, man. I mean, he's so young. He's only been in the year for 2 years and league in 2 years, and he's doing some things, man. He's balling out, and he is a problem. He is a problem to the NFC East. He's a problem to the league. He is crazy good, crazy athletic, and honestly just super entertaining to watch, man. Micah Parsons, 24 years old. Again, 2 years in the league. 2 years, $5.19 million left on his rookie deal. So is he going to need his money? Oh, yeah. They're going to have to pay him. 17 games played and started. 3 pass deflections. 3 forced fumbles. 3 fumble recoveries, 36 yards, 1 touchdown, 13 and a half sacks, 65 tackles, 13 tackles for loss, 26 QB hits. He was eighth in the MVP. He was second in Defensive Player of the Year. He was a first team All Pro and a Pro Bowler. He had a great year. Almost got the Defensive Player of the Year award. My bad on my playoff stats. Unfortunately, didn't get it. Um, Forgot to write him down. I don't think I really need to write him down. I mean, he had the impact that he had this year as a Cowboy, and he was amazing, dude. Amazing player. I really want to see what he does this year with the Cowboys. They had a great start, shutting out the Giants, and he's going to have a lot of sacks this year. Like I said, I think he could be the sack leader this year, and his motor's insane. His athleticism is insane. Great football player, and we need to watch out for him. The number one defensive end in the league is Nick Bosa of the 49ers. Nick Bosa, um, what can I say, man? I mean, powerful individual, has a great power rush, but just known for his smoothness, man. Known for his swim moves, known for his finesse moves, known for his spins. Just overall, his bend is amazing. He can bend, um, you know, at such a crazy rate and get his knees so low and get past you with his speed. He's a speedy guy for DN. He's scary. He's on the prowl and he gets it done, man. He's got that instinct in him that will keep going, and he will not stop until you are brought down. He's got that Michael Jordan kind of touchdown or sack dance, which is entertaining. But yeah, Nick Bosa is one of those guys that you have to look out for, and he's part of that incredible 49er defensive line. So overall, I mean, he's scary. You need to find out where he's at right now. He is like the new Aaron Donald, I feel like, in terms of the impact in the league and on defensive players. And he's one of the best defensive players in the league, man, honestly. So overall, I mean, you got to look at a Nick Bosa. He's scary. Scary. Nick Bosa, 25 years old, 4 years in the league, 6 years, $188.90 million deal. He did sign an extension there, so that's insane. Great contract, well-deserved contract. He has a 2027 potential out for 16.09 dead cap. 16 games he played and started, 1 pass deflection, 2 forced fumbles, 18 and a half sacks, led the league. It's pretty kind of low for sack numbers, but I'll give it to him. It's nice. It is 18 and a half sacks is nice. Um, he also had 51 tackles, 19 tackles for loss, 48 QB hits. Crazy. Playoff wise, they lost to the Eagles in the championship game. So in the 3 games, he had 1 forced fumble recovery, 11 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, and 1 QB hit. It does hurt that he didn't have one single sack in that playoff run. I can see why possibly they lost the game. If Nick Bosa had more of an impact, I can see them going to a Super Bowl against the Chiefs. He was 6th in the MVP, first team All Pro, a Pro Bowler, and he was the Defensive Player of the Year. So, again, he could win it again If TJ Watt is not as healthy, like last year, I think he can win it again. I do believe TJ Watt should be the front runner for defensive player of the year. But overall, Nick Bosa, special talent, generational, and he is the best defensive end, definitely in this league right now.